Hello Rams, and welcome to the first edition of the Summer Ram Report Special. It has been so hot recently. For our first story of the day, let's head to Justin Sabogal to teach us how to beat the heat.
Hello, my name is Justin Sabogal, and I'm going to show you how I cool off on a hot summer day. This is how to beat the heat. An egg, a hot summer day, and some pavement. Just watch. Anyway, so that didn't really work, but you get the idea. It's really hot out, and not everyone has direct access to a pool. Now, what do I do? Alright, so that didn't work either. That's alright, it's okay. When I don't have access to a pool, I gotta think outside of the box. I gotta get creative. You only brought one water balloon to the water balloon fight. Sometimes humiliation is the price to pay to cool off, even though I only brought one water balloon, and I was the only one to get soaked. But don't worry, I got one more idea on how to get away from the sun. Go inside.
Thank you, Justin. Every kid dreams of the day that they can finally get their driver's license and drive themselves. However, this summer, this milestone has been difficult to achieve. As coronavirus restrictions ease up in New Jersey, the DMV finally reopened its doors to the hundreds of thousands waiting to take road tests, get licenses, and register vehicles. However, when the DMV opened, there was little instruction on how they would open and what they would do to combat the crowds.
I spoke to the manager. I asked her if 4:30 comes and I'm not inside, what happens? She don't know. We start back over tomorrow. I say, don't you continue where you left off by issuing number? No, they don't.
The DMV opened for road tests on June 29th, and lines around the state stretched for miles. And for those who passed their road tests, they were instructed to come back a week later to get their real licenses.
So what are you here to do?
Keep my actual driver's license. I took the test already.
So you've been waiting so far how long?
What time is it? It's 2:30. It's been hours. It's been like 8 hours.
What time do you have to get in there by?
4:30.
And how far away is the front of the line?
Not very far, but
Okay,
we're not moving.
With no instruction, people who got there at 7 in the morning still ended up waiting over 8 hours just to get their licenses. Others who waited for so long just to be sent home spent the night at the DMV and got their licenses the next morning.
Why do you have to come today? Couldn't you put it off for 2 weeks? Why are you coming today?
Because, I'd like to drive. And also, I feel like it's going to be the same for 2 weeks, so might as well just get it done now.
All throughout the week, the wait time remained over 4 hours, as it seemed like not even the DMV knows the way to handle their business. Fortunately, I was able to get my license, along with many of my classmates. I'm Spencer Cohen for the Ram Report. Back to you, Spencer. As more and more kids get their licenses, one place that they may travel to is Six Flags Great Adventure. Let's take a look at how Six Flags has opened up for their customers.
Earlier this month, Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson opened to the public for the 2020 season. However, like many places across the country, there will be regulations put into place. Six Flags President and CEO Michael Spana said, "We have developed a comprehensive reopening safety plan, which will allow guests to experience our parks in the safest way possible. The park will start with a reduction in attendance levels, but will increase attendance levels through the month. It will then continue with health screenings for guests and team members, strictly enforced social distancing, extensive sanitization and disinfection protocols, reservations, and face coverings. The park will also be using new technology such as thermal imaging cameras and mobile food ordering. These regulations are the same as other theme parks such as Disney World and Hershey, which also opened earlier this summer. Disneyland, however, is halting reopening as cases in California continue to soar."
It always feels good to be back working at Great Adventure for a brand new season, especially at the big roller coaster attractions like Bizarro, El Toro, Batman, and at my ride, Runaway Mine Train, what we're doing is we have to put less people on a train. Instead of letting 28 people on a train, we have to let 10 people on a train. And it will get other guests angry, I get it. You don't want to stand around in line, and especially with a face mask on and in the heat. But again, it's for your safety at the same time for our safety. The last thing us Six Flags employees want to do is get sick while on the clock.
Make sure you go to sixflags.com/reserve to make your reservation. For the Ram Report, I'm John Schell. Back to you, Spencer.
A few months ago, teachers in the community rode around the streets of Hightstown and East Windsor to say goodbye to their students. Let's go to Cecilia with the story.
This year, the East Windsor Regional School District closed off the year with a much-needed celebration. Teachers from all 6 schools in our district took to their cars to parade through the streets and wish students a happy summer. The event provided closure for students who hadn't seen their teachers in person for months, and many teachers were excited to see smiling faces. Participants and spectators alike agree that the parade was the perfect way to close off a year dominated by the coronavirus. Thank you especially to the Hightstown teachers who came out and joined the parade. This has been Cecilia Taper with the Ram Report Summer Edition. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Cecilia. We hope that you enjoyed this episode, and please remember, stay safe and have a Ram-tastic summer.